Personal number 4 among people who were born on the 31st day of any given month, personal number 4 is the luckiest. Rahu, the ever-changing element that rules the number 4, brings abrupt changes into their life and makes them doubtful and hard to trust. This ambiguity makes seeking guidance from others necessary and impairs one's ability to distinguish between good and bad, making one more decisive. The luckiest people are those who were born on the 31st day, or 4s. Because they are doubtful by nature, personal number 4s are tenacious and stubborn. They are endowed with fearlessness, perseverance, and patience, which enables them to bear hardship without fear. They constantly stand up for the disadvantaged and confront resistance head-on. They would rather sit on the opposition benches if they were in power. Extremists want to be mediocre or middle class. They're either at the top or at the bottom. People constantly struggle with issues of growth and development, have setbacks at work, and encounter opposition and criticism. Their opposing ideas and penchant for speaking as the underdog in discussions lead to conflicts and covert adversaries. They are not naturally combative. A group of dependable, understanding, and flexible friends is described in the text. Nevertheless, their tendency to change quickly might occasionally irritate their pals. They are, however, insightful, useful, and have wonderful ideas, if they can be comprehended. Particularly when managing big projects, they are methodical and effective. They are an invaluable contribution to society because of their unusual and free-thinking ways, which enable them to bring about important reforms that help the underprivileged and resentful. The person's desire for different changes drives them to join political or religious groups. They disobey laws and regulations without thinking twice because they are inherently rebellious. When they rebel against the powers granted by the Constitution, they earn notoriety and popularity. They are interested in environmental, social, communal, and domestic improvements, but they are rarely effective in the worldly or material realm despite their pragmatic approach. People who have a fascination with conspiracies and who were raised by conspirators are more likely to become lawbreakers, terrorists, or anarchists. They do, however, worry about feeling alone and misinterpreted. They spend generously, giving to the poor and in need, and creating the impression that they are affluent since they are not tied to accumulating wealth. They experience emotions of loneliness and depression as a result of this big-heartedness. Despite their ambiguous opinions, art reviewers like going to plays, concerts, and historical art exhibitions in order to evaluate them. However, because they don't have a clear mental picture of life, they frequently stay in the dark, which negatively impacts their relationships and family life. Because of unanticipated events and challenges, this habit causes a loss of vision and makes it harder to achieve goals. They are strong-willed, methodical planners who enjoy balance and order in their lives. They also put in a lot of labor. Their tremendous determination and ability to persevere in the face of adversity and difficulty enable them to achieve great success, obtain fame, and accumulate fortune. These people frequently feel misunderstood and have lifelong friendships. They have heart issues since they are self-made, reticent, and frequently resist disclosing their secrets. They suffer alone and want to be by themselves. They can go to great lengths, even harm, to satisfy their egotistical needs. Throughout their lives, they make unfulfilled promises and cultivate detractors, adversaries, and enemies. The people in question are courteous, kind, and skilled conversationalists with people of other sexes. They have a strong sex drive and are sensual. They have, however, had a number of failed romantic relationships. Their intentions for marriage are upset by the abrupt shift in their personalities, even in spite of their doubts and uncertainties. This element of abrupt shift eventually results in disaster. They are incredibly self-centered and will stop at nothing to achieve their goals, even if it involves doing harm to others. Throughout their lives, they develop opponents, adversaries, and critics with their broken promises. They have excellent language skills and interact with people of the opposite sex in a courteous and kind manner. They have a great sex drive and are quite sensuous, if they are male. They engage in several romantic relationships but never succeed in finding true love. Their preparations for marriage are disturbed by the demon of rapid change. Personal number 4 women are kind, romantic, and kind, and they have a great sense of duty to take care of their spouse, friends, parents, and in-laws. They like living on their own and are cautious, tactful, adaptable, and quiet. Prolonged partnerships with personal numbers 4s, 8s, or 9s are discouraged. These numbers are better suited for relationships that are peaceful and compassionate. For this kind of relationship, persons with personal numbers 1, 3, 5, and 6 are more appropriate. Personal number 4 persons receive property inheritance, prizes, and recognition in their later years, all in spite of resistance and criticism. They are just waiting to be decoded. Call +91 950 960 3150 https://sknumerologist.com